This is for the nerds, this is for the brainiacs, this what we deserve. Go ahead and play it back, you ain't gonna touch me, you not gonna do nothing, you are not above me, I bet you wish you was me, I know it, I know.
What is poppin', everybody? And welcome back to another special episode of the Only Friends podcast. Well, you know, it's me and my only friends, which includes and is not limited to my boy Tortu.
We're here. I wish I wasn't here, but we're here.
Oh man, we really wish you weren't here today, but you know, you
we tried. We almost got through,
baby. You tried.
Yeah, the tortoise is no longer in the main.
The tortoise is no longer in the main. What a drag! Like,
I feel like you kind of did what you set out to do. You know, like
set out to win the fucking thing.
Yeah, but like this is this is like the average finish for the tort. You know,
sure.
Well, we talked about this yesterday. You know, it's difficult to visualize something with such a long tail because you know you're just,
average finishing top 5%. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
the average tort finish. Maybe once in a lifetime you win it.
Some people have chip leader be out, and some people are consistent cashers. You are in the second group. You are part of team.
You're our Kessler buddy.
You're
that's what he's trying to say.
You're part of the team that needs to beat the 50% ROI. You're not on Team Rocket.
Look at him looking at you like you better say something complimentary real fucking fast.
I am. I
man.
said if I had to pick like 50 people to get the ROI of 750K.
Let me tell you something right now.
You put Brian LeMan on the team.
Let me tell you something right now. I played every hand I was supposed to play. I played more hands
and more.
No. You know what? You know what is I've learned this year?
What have you learned?
I like
this actually. I like this segment.
I learned that if you study and you get better at poker, you can play more hands because you know how to play them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's true.
No, I like.
So what's Matt's excuse for playing too many hands?
Giga brain, baby. Giga brain.
Yeah. Before it was like, oh, I played so goddamn tight because I didn't know what to do with
King
hands.
Jack Scaley.
Yeah, I blasted King Jack all in. 15 blinds.
Melissa made a meme.
Open rip?
No, jam over a cutoff. Or jam over a button open.
Yeah, fuck that guy, bro.
He folded nines.
Fuck. He watches the pod.
Yeah.
He's not the guy 5-betting ace jack.
He folded nines.
That guy was not from the U.S.
He does not watch the pod.
He was from the U.S.
No, the guy with ace jack does not watch the pod.
Oh, the guy with ace jack.
Yeah, the guy with ace jack had like
does not watch
Italian flag or something.
Oh, I don't know what he was doing.
He just said, "Oh, I knew you had that."
He was your Italian brethren.
He five bet ripped.
Can we have a hand history?
No, it wasn't Italian.
That's what Landon
the
was
flags.
American.
No, one of his flag was not from the U.S.
Who?
The guy that 5-bet jammed ace jack.
No, I already busted him.
Yeah, that's what we're talking. We're talking about the ace jack guy.
No.
We're just talking about him in general.
Yes, that's not that guy.
No,
I busted the guy before him.
We know that.
Right.
We're not talking about the guy that folded nines. We're talking about the guy that ripped ace jack into you.
Right. He's American. Very American.
Very American.
How would you even know?
Because this has a flag.
Poker news, baby.
Poker news.
I mean, he
Are you just making up he's from Italy?
Hey,
no. The guy.
We're gonna find this.
I thought maybe you looked at the
No.
Okay.
At the last name.
Yeah, well, yeah, because the guy that was in that seat before was from Naples.
Oh, so maybe poker news got
And
it
then
wrong.
so then he busted. So then I busted him.
That's very likely what happened.
And then the guy who took his seat is the guy who who 5-bet ripped the ace jack.
Probably just looked at the wrong media card. That's what happened for sure. There's no way a random seat was filled by another Italian man who punted off.
It was not. I was talking to the guy. He was very American.
Chauncey's very American.
Yeah,
and he's here to stay.
Well, he's actually going to England for $3,000.
He's here to stay.
Okay, I asked Marley how much the most amount of money she would pay to bring the orange cat to England. Guess.
50,000.
What?
Perfect.
I nailed it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Incredible.
okay, now let's go.
She's a psycho.
Now let's go net worth. How much of her net worth would she?
He's a psycho too. 25% of her net worth.
Bigger.
Greater.
Yeah, 60.
Oh, what an
Less.
attempt to be a good cat mom.
50. She said, "I'll be fine if I lose half, but I'm bringing the cat with me." I respect that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like
money comes and goes. You can get that money back. You can't get the cat back.
He's a perfect
He's an
cat.
asshole.
He's a great
I
ass.
love him. He's kind of like Marley. I love her, but she's an asshole.
Jeez.
Look at.
I mean that in the best way.
Yeah.
Look at this cat. He loves
She's
you.
stealing my cat.
This is like you're soul bonded to this cat.
Yeah, me and Chance.
He found his new home with you.
And now he's going to England. Nobody wants to go to England.
She's going to absolutely nowhere England and bringing this orange cat.
Yeah, but
with her.
honestly, like he's gonna be so happy once he gets there because they're just gonna like, let him roam free and kill little rodents, and bring back little animals as presents. He'll be in all of his glories, his hunting days.
You went full blue today. You're a blue man today.
Yeah, but you can't see. No, they can't see my shorts, man.
Yeah, but what'd you go blueberry for? What's the?
I went monochromatic. I did it yesterday too.
Monochrome goes hard.
I had sweats and a t-shirt on, and Landon goes, "You look like you're either going to play pickleball or on a date." Yeah. And I'm like, if this is what I wear to a date, that's a problem.
Might be a problem. You got a block fit on.
I do, and I had a.
You also had a block fit on yesterday.
Well, black fit.
Yeah, block fit.
It was all black, not blue.
Yeah.
All right, let's.
They both start with BL.
Okay, enough.
It's just a fucking
Let's
joke.
get to the shits, man.
Just a joke. You can laugh. It's okay.
Yeah, I would if it were funny. I took a day off yesterday. By day off, I mean I played 4
Take a day
hours
off,
of poker.
mate. You did do that.
You went to the Wynn?
I went to the fucking Wynn.
Go to the Wynn.
I played a hand, quote unquote, good.
You did. It was fine.
I busted myself.
Yes.
Tort wouldn't have done it.
Let me hear, and I'll tell you if I would have done it.
We have a main event casher in the mix telling us how.
Listen, for what it's worth, I've cashed the main event. I want to put this out there. I've cashed the main event 5 times out of 16 tries. Only once was it a min cash.
Oh, he's a ladderer.
Yeah.
The tortoise got paws. He can climb, baby.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not just like limping my way into the money.
But
except for the one time I folded the queens.
But how many day 5s?
1 day 5.
Day 6s?
No day 6s.
Okay.
Day 6s is hard.
That's the
that's
dream.
it's hard to get into sub 100 people in the main event.
That's
very,
like
very
day,
difficult.
That's day 6.
Yeah. Yeah, it is hard.
So we got knocked out in day 5 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a day 5 and a day 7.
Multiple day 4s, 1 day 5, all the day 2s.
Nice.
Well, for a long time, you didn't cash till day 4. And that
when it was 10%,
yeah, that happened again today or this
10.
year.
Yeah, they it's wild. It's so wild because like you think about like I thought for sure, they're gonna cash on day 3. Looking at the numbers dropping, and then it was like they get to 10 people out and level 5 ends, and they're just like, we're bagging up.
I'm glad they did that.
You know what? I'm glad they did it too. I think they made the right decision. At the time, everyone was like, boo. It was just like, yeah, you just want to get in the money and move on. But like in retrospect, it was definitely the correct move. But it's really funny to think that like if they didn't do that, it would have been a different 10 people probably that busted.
Wow.
Well, we wouldn't have had the legend of Gao.
That is true. There was a lot of legends that occurred on the bubble. I want to acknowledge Conrad's laugh, but I know I'm going to be so mad when I do.
I know. I wanted to.
I'm just going to be so mad.
I was going to. Then I was like, I'm just going to ignore it.
Right. Go on, Conrad.
I can't help myself.
Go on, Conrad.
I just got the end of summer text. This is how you know WSOP is coming to an end.
Okay.
So if you guys don't know, somebody is in Caesars right now with a loaded armed weapon.
Yes.
What?
And I got a text message that said, Connie, you want to go wander Caesars?
Wait. There's like an active shooter at Caesars?
Someone's making
Not an
threats
active
or some
shooter,
shit.
just somebody, yeah.
Oh.
Someone's mad that they're stuck in the series.
And then he, said where his keys will be for others to get his car. So
you guys are going to go be the heroes that we don't need.
no. We're just going to,
I knew I would regret.
Okay, sorry.
I knew I regret
Back to your bust out hand. Now I want to know if I would have played it the same way.
Okay.
There was so much importance in the best out here.
An elderly gentleman opens the. Oh no, he's falling and he's using his claws. I am not a tree, sir. Elderly gentleman opens the hijack, the low jack. The hijack has a pile of chips. So you start with 40K. He probably has like 300. The original opener probably has like half of that, and I have starting stack, which is 40. Lines are 1,200. So it goes 2,500 call. I'm on the cutoff with queens, no heart. Somewhat important.
I would raise.
Yeah. I 3-bet to 7,500, which is like 6.5 blinds.
I would went bigger.
There isn't much room to go bigger without jamming.
Yes, there is. You have 35. You have what? 35 blinds?
32.
Yeah, make it 9.
No. Brian,
Mamma mia, no.
stop this.
You go small. You're in position.
Squeezing, right?
Why don't you just turn your hand over? What are you gonna have? Ace deuce?
Maybe 8.
6.5 seems fine.
I like 6.5. It's good.
Yeah.
It really cages people, especially like when the low jack needs to play jam or fold now.
So they both call.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's the problem? We have queens.
Yeah, not a vulnerable hand at all.
The key.
Against 2 other opponents. 2 other opponents.
The
Yeah,
SPR is fucking nothing. It doesn't matter.
Oh man.
It doesn't matter. It's okay.
Sure. Okay.
It's
sure.
all right.
How'd you do? How'd you fucking
Yeah. How'd you do? If you jammed, you would have won.
do? Oh, you just love variance, don't you?
Yeah, you just love
Living on the edge.
You just love to try to win those chips.
Keep talking.
So,
Cash man at the shit.
Get him.
so there's like
Keep jawing.
there's like 21K in the pot, and I have I guess like 30 behind. Comes so like 1.33 SPR. Comes 10, 9, 6, 2 hearts. I do not have a heart. Checks to me. 1.33 SPR. What's the tort do?
I mean, we know what the tort does.
Do we?
No. We let's see. We go. Man, that is a difficult spot.
All right, I bet 2E, which is like 40%,
Yeah, that sounds right.
and got called by the middle guy. And the turn was an 8
Put a 1-liner out there.
to a 7. Yes,
How many 7s? I mean, maybe he does.
he checked.
2 of them.
Did we jam?
All of the money.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I all in.
If he has a 7, he has a 7.
Yeah.
God bless. If
Yeah.
he has 2 of them,
He
God
has
bless.
2 of them.
Yeah.
I think this has 2 of them.
Yeah, all in. It felt bad.
2 Ben Roethlisbergers.
2 big bends. Felt kind of bad. And then I rebought and didn't play a fucking hand. I literally just blinded down the 7 bigs and busted, which felt bad too. So I'm back today.
So try it again.
It's honestly gonna be huge. Well, not as big as I initially thought. I really thought it would get over 2,000 entries total. And
And how many coming into today?
it's still mine, I guess. But the first 2 flights combined, I think, got just shy of 700.
We got 450 yesterday
And
and
like 240 or 230.
238, I think.
Yeah.
they won.
It's weird because like
They're gonna smash the guarantee, obviously. I think
Yeah.
they get. So we were setting the over under for today at 750.
entrance.
Yeah.
I think that's a good over-under just because there's
Sounds
so many
good.
people that min-cast the main yesterday
Yeah.
and today.
There was
It's going to be absurd.
Over
I think.
1,000 people who now are 15K richer
Yeah.
that have an event to go play at the Wynn, the
Yeah.
Mulligan. If you Lamanna's in there,
I'm not.
Tort is gonna just rocket it off that more than min cash.
I'm not. I got a 600 to play tomorrow.
What was your
You
total
mean
cash
today?
for?
35,000.
35,000? 35,000? Wow.
The 600 is today.
That's a big ladder.
You said tomorrow.
Yeah, 35,000.
It's today?
The 600 is today.
And tomorrow.
Oh, it's 2-day ones?
It's a 2-day ones. Yeah, the
Uh-huh.
ultra stack, the ultra tortoise stack.
Oh, that's cool.
You start with I think you start with 750 big blinds. No, you don't. But
You did online.
I know that was the joke.
Fucking wild.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought about playing if tomorrow was the last day of the
Win.
the win, I probably would try to get in there, but
Yeah, they ran a milestone satellite last night.
Yeah.
You were still in the main though.
still in the main, and I know I'd have to sell, and I'm probably not at my peak performance after just playing
He's a
nonstop.
sleepy tortoise.
Sleepy tortoise, yeah. So we're gonna take today off, and then we're gonna start firing again tomorrow.
Come back.
Momentum is real, baby.
Come back and
It's
recharge.
really weird, right?
Don't jam
Like,
the flop with queens on 10-9-6.
I would not. I mean, I would not do that.
I almost jammed.
Yeah.
I almost jammed.
Brian,
I
are you
didn't have
4
a
for
heart.
4 in your last 4 tournaments?
I've cashed my last 4 tournaments, yes,
Man.
Or
This
this
is-
is
and not like
Holy.
min cash. Well, a couple were min cashes. The other two, but one was 14th in the Colossus.
It's so
and then-
wholesome. He just has like
The tort losses.
Why is it wholesome?
because
Why
like,
am I not just like cashing because I'm a good player?
No, that's not what the wholesome part is.
Just keep going, Brian. Keep
the
going. What
wholesome
else you
part
got?
is the storyline that's developing of the tortoise out there in the wild.
I am out there in the wild.
People asking for pictures, posting on their Instagram stories. I got the tort at my table.
Yep.
I see it all.
Yep.
It's wholesome.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
love the tortoise.
They do. People like seeing the turtle win.
We've turned him into a thing.
I'm a nice guy, you know.
I'm a nice guy. He
Like
is a nice
Franklin.
guy.
It is true.
Speaking of things that have become things, on day 2, I saw Jeff Platt vulturing around my table, and I said, "Get the fuck out of here!" And I hear him talking back to the broadcast booth, going, "He's in a hand," and I go, "I'm always in a hand. Get out of here!" And I just see him lurking and like circling around my table, and then he does the "please stand up" bit, and I look at him, I go, "I busted. I'm literally busting. You goddamn curse. You're a jinx. We all know you're a jinx." And now it's finally coming to light to be true.
I didn't want to say anything, man, but right before I busted, I saw Jeff just walk right past me.
Yeah.
And it was just like the end. It was like looking at the Grim Reaper. I was like, oh my God, it's all over.
He got Moneymaker yesterday. He got...
Moneymaker's still in.
No, Moneymaker's still in. Yeah.
Oh, really?
He's just short.
Oh, no. Moneymaker has not actually been eliminated from contention yet. Okay.
Well, it was funny because he got me in day 2, and I'm like, oh man. But then I made it all the way to day 4, and I'm like, okay, so he's not a jinx. And then I looked, and the interview never aired.
Yeah, see, that's why. I think the best thing to come of this was the gif of Ike big timing him when he goes in for the fist
It
bump.
was so good, dude.
So Ike big times him and like walks away and doesn't fist bump him, and then he quote tweets it yesterday. He goes, "Just for a record, I won this tournament."
Literally, it's the best thing ever. And best thing to ever hit Twitter was that right there.
This is so good.
We'll be seeing you, Jeff.
This
I,
is so good.
I text Jeff. I was like, I didn't want to add on to it, man. But it's just too good.
We need those guys back in the studio.
Yeah, I
Come
know.
back.
Yeah, what are you
I
doing?
probably-
Covering the main event?
Yeah.
How fucking important
This
are
is the
you?
main event, buddy.
We are the main event.
That's right.
Man, yeah, we could have ran through this whole bit.
Did you guys happen to watch the coverage last night at all?
So good.
So I came home. I was watching. I mean, Nick and Ollie, they're just unbelievable. Right? Did you at the end when Nick realizes the guy on the rail had a hat on to look like it said Titleist, but it said titties? He goes, Ollie, does that say titties? Ollie just loses it.
Yeah, I have to give it to
He
you, man.
lost it. He couldn't speak. It was amazing.
I can't even pull up poker news 2 days after I busted the main. For you to be going home and watching the main coverage,
Oh, he's sick.
dude. I literally went to go look at something yesterday, and I was like, I have to say poker news. Fuck this
No,
shit.
Hunt tweeted like yesterday or the day before. He goes, you have to be some kind of masochist to like go bust a tournament and then immediately go home and watch coverage of it.
Yeah.
And then like last night, I'm watching it. I like quote tweeted with a beer in my hand. I'm like, well, I mean, I'm home. I'm winding down. I just busted. I'm like,
Winding down.
what am I gonna watch? I mean, I did watch an episode of Real Housewives in New Jersey, but then after that, I flicked on the coverage and figured, watch this last 30
couple
minutes of the
days
last
out.
level.
The
Wish I was
coverage-
there.
the coverage
it's so
has been-
good. It's so good.
It's been remarkably good so far
Yeah.
this year, particularly like when they went to the CBS style and got the full the full commentary team of Maria, Dankness, and Lon for the early days, and then the night shift with Ollie and Nick. It's really played out in a way where I guess only in the main event can you really curate these storylines, because we know what the end prize is and it's such a big deal. And the team at PokerGo does such a great job of like trying to choose tables where there are interesting characters, but really it does come down to the commentary, right? Like they're just in there for hours watching these dry hands, and they have to do something to make it engaging to the viewer. And yesterday with Maria, Will, and Lon, these storylines started to develop that were so incredible, and like just such subtle callbacks throughout the course of 4 or 5 hours, however long they were on air, where Mr. Wu just becomes this superhero that nobody asked for, but we all desperately needed.
Man.
Legend.
This guy is so fucking incredible. So Brent was telling me that he played day one with him, and the guy's just like a maniac, which is so amazing because if you probably didn't see it. You were saying
I didn't see most of the coverage.
Okay, so he just looks like, you know, your run of the mill 70-year-old something recreational that's here to have a good time, but he's here to fuck, baby.
He is cooking.
Mr. Wu is not interested in turtling his way through and laddering, man. He's running the biggest bluffs on the biggest stage against Stevie not even hesitating to do so.
I love it.
But prior to this, to set it all up, so Big Say was at the feature tables as well. Seymour, Richard Seymour. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he inadvertently slow rolls the fuck out of Chidwick. So it's Chidwick, my man. Oh my God, why did I forget his name? He called me Big Fish.
Shota.
Yeah.
Big fish.
So Shota and Stevie have like all the chips, and then it's Richard Seymour and Mr. Wu. And what
Mr. Wu, I love it.
The early developments where the Shota was just playing all the fucking hands and, you know, winning way too many pots, whatever. But then this hand happens between Richard Seymour and Stevie, where Stevie cold 4-bet basically all in with queens, and Seymour has kings, and he's just sitting there going, oh, man. Totally genuine, like just an inadvertent nit roll.
Yeah.
But if you were going to slow roll somebody, the performance he put on would be exactly what you would do. He's going through like disgusted,
agonizing.
I mean, if you got it, you got it, I guess. I mean, and then he looks at him at one point. He goes, "You would do this with Ace King, right?" The man's holding kings the whole fucking time. And he's just like putting them through the ring. We're talking like 90 full seconds of just like making Stevie feel like he might actually have the best hand here. And then finally he's like, all right, like if you got aces, you got aces. And he puts in the call to get the full double. So the whole time, like, you know, Lon and Maria, they understand what's going on. They know Richard is not doing this with malice and whatnot. And they're trying to like really sugarcoat it of like, you know, it's a tough spot. It's the main event. You know, kings run into aces all the time. And Will's sitting there going, this is the most brutal slow roll I've ever seen in my entire career.
Yeah.
So like that banter's like, you know, starting to pick up a little bit. He's such a great addition to keeping it, you know, kind of real for the audience that knows what's going on. Mm-hmm. And then that callback just keeps happening throughout the show, right? So now it turns into Seymour's going to sick his security guards on Will, and Will's turning it around and saying like, I wasn't a slow roll at all. I don't know what you guys are talking about. The storyline continues to persist, but throughout all of it, Mr. Wu's in there just like mixing it up, and you can't help but notice him because it's just funny that they've characterized him as like, you know, this like elder statesman that, you know, deserves the respect of being called Mr. rather than, you know, what his full name is. Mm-hmm. He becomes like the wise guru at the table, so to speak. But then he's just running these like wild, outlandish bluffs, culminating in him getting Stevie to fold top 2 in a spot where I don't know if any of us pulled this trigger.
To Steven Chidwick as Stevie.
He's Stevie 444 online.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I've kind of only known as Stevie.
Yeah. So you guys might not be hearing the commentary, which is a goddamn shame because that's
shame on us.
A big part of why this is great. But the way this hand played out was Mr. Wu opens middle position, Chidwick calls from the small. Mr. Wu c-bets the flop. Chidwick calls, turns a jack of spades, check, check. River, the king of spades. Stevie bets like 75% pot, I think.
Yeah, 140 to the 210.
And now we're about to see a little bit of fireworks. I think. Are we on the river? I can't have a glare.
You're good.
This is like...
Does he check raise river?
No, he leads... who?
Woo.
No, he's in
no,
position.
He opened.
Woo is low jack.
Chidwick called the small blind.
Yeah. Who's in position?
This is like a really meaningful pot too. So
for sure.
They started the hand like 50 effective, I think, give or take.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Blinds are 10,
now
20,
like
right?
300 in there, and he's only got like 300 back, maybe.
I'm sorry, but if I'm seeing this guy raise on the river, it's just a fold.
He doesn't even hesitate. He goes 500,000.
Just a fold.
The man is in the streets, okay?
Love it.
He's been doing a little work.
He's got no spade in his hand.
Someone told him about blockers. You don't need a spade. Honestly,
wow.
That's actually like that's kind of what makes the bluff even better. He really doesn't need a spade that often because Chidwick isn't gonna have flushes.
Right.
It was like ace 7-4 rainbow where he called from the small blind. Like he's 3-betting a lot of his suited Broadway hands.
It's like ace 5-4, so like he's gonna have like 6-7 of spades, 5-6 of spades, but like very, very few.
Very few combos.
Not really any hands with a 10 of spades after calling big bet flop.
Right, exactly.
Ace 5-4, you don't have jack 10.
Right.
You don't have queen 10.
Exactly. They just don't exist.
Yeah.
Which now also allows Mr. Wu, not only will he have some flushes, but it's going to allow him to raise hands like ace king for value. Any jack 10 that he possesses is obviously a value raise. If he has pocket kings and they got there, or queen 10, sorry.
Queen 10, yeah.
If he has pocket kings and they got there, obviously those are value raises as well. So like it's actually, you know, I don't know how studied he is, but it's actually a really astute spot where what appears to be the hands that you want to rep, like queen 10 and flushes, aren't actually anywhere close to the bottom of your value raising range.
Yeah.
Like top 2 plus is a really layup raise there, I think.
Yeah.
Stevie probably has no queen 10 and very few flushes.
It's like 5-6, 6-7.
Right.
7-8.
And
even
like if you have a hand,
nasty.
Yeah, and if you have a hand like ace king or worse, or sorry, ace king or better, he's always going to have worse 2 pairs in this line. He'll have ace jack, he'll have ace 4, ace 3 or whatever.
Like Stevie might have some sets that don't raise versus big size on flop.
Sure.
But like you can't be fearing sets in that instance.
Yeah.
Man, it's kind of nasty. Maybe you don't need a spade. Maybe this is why like there's some spots where like you don't need a spade. Like ace jack in theory probably has to call. It's just like near top.
Right. Yeah.
It's effectively top.
Yeah, but you know, against Mr. Wu.
Yeah, right. I get it. I mean, I'm out too, but like it's funny because in the moment I'm like, oh, you probably need a spade. It's like, oh, you probably don't need a spade.
For all of us, like it looks like a perfectly played main event hand from Chidwick's point of view, where it's just like we know this profile.
This is the archetype,
right? This is the guy that we bet fold versus. We're just trying to extract value from a check back ace 10, ace queen, king queen, whatever. And we just get raised, and it's like very confidently, right? Like we just snap fold our hand, come and tell our friends, like
tilty, like
just bet folded top 2. I'm a genius, and then you go back and watch the coverage. You go fucked on.
Yeah,
it's like
this is what they've been doing to us for years.
For years, maybe.
And you got fucked on.
You think they don't know? You think that they don't have a little circle of
they got a group chat
of recreationals that are just sitting around going, these idiots fold to river raises so much.
I do wonder that. I'm like, they just like if you see like a super old man or something, and he just like puts that raise in, and you wonder if he just thinks like, I can just raise him here because he just thinks I'm an old man who would never do that.
Yeah.
I wonder.
But then you call and he's just going to show you queen 10.
Yeah.
As soon as you call, he has it.
Yeah, I wonder the same, and then I see value every time.
Every time.
Like, why am I doing this to myself?
Well, we need to know who's in the group chat and who's not.
Well, you know,
Mr. Wu is clearly in the group chat.
He made the group chat.
He made the group chat.
You know, like it's funny because I feel like the people that do find these river raises are like the older gentleman. Like, it's not like the 50, 60-year-old guy. It's like the 70 or 80-year-old guy. It's just like, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, okay, I'm going to take it back. The 10 of spades is nice because you want to block Stevie's like ace 10 of spades. That's big.
Do you think he flats ace 10 offsuit there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I guess so. He had ace jack off.
Like I think the 10 of spades is still big for that reason because it's like a nice naked card that he can't have the bluff catch you with.
He doesn't flat queen 10 there?
No.
Of course, I think he would.
Maybe something like queen 10 suited, but
I think he called queen 10 off too. I'm not folding queen 10 off there. Come on.
or a slow jack.
Come on. Stop it. He's opening jack 10-0.
Bro, I call. I mean, but I'm bad.
Everyone's bad.
Like I can't be the barometer. Like we're talking about one of the greatest MTT players of all
maybe
time.
He calls because he's good.
When you're good, you get to play more hands.
Yeah, I get that, but like a lot of what makes these high rollers great is that they do not deviate very
when they're playing against other high rollers.
They don't stray very far from norm.
Yeah, they stay within the bounds, but like queen 10 is like slightly maybe out of bounds, so it's in bounds.
Okay. For us, maybe we have a little bit of more
it's
aspirations and vigor.
It's like when you save a basketball before it goes out of bounds, where you throw it in before your foot touches the ground.
Yeah,
that's queen 10 off there.
Respect.
Yeah.
But like that's
so it shows hustle.
But that's for us eternal optimists.
Yeah, he's hustling. He's hustling.
It shows you hustle. That's a hustle. You know what I mean?
Like the best players in the world are sitting there saying like I'm out of position. It's a really bad hand. Maybe I'll 3-bet it instead of call. Like I could see all of those arguments being
queen
made.
10 off 2. That's way too wide, buddy.
Just saying. I don't.
There's low jack queen 10 suited. Sure.
No. I'm just saying. I don't know that he's in there with the queen 10 off.
There's a difference between a hustling.
But also, it doesn't matter if he has queen 10 off. He never gets to the river. It's impossible.
Correct. It's just about the ace 10, ace 10, 10 of
right, but he folded ace jack. So what do we care about ace 10?
Well, blocks more value. Right, so blocks queen 10, blocks some more logical value hands that couldn't be.
Well, you still have that blocker without the 10 of spades. He just has the 10. He has jack 10, which is double blocking.
What?
Well, it doesn't matter if Chidwick has ace 10 on the river, regardless of what his combinations of suits are.
He has ace 10, but the ace of spades is on the board, and if Wu has a 10 of spades, he can't have a spade.
You're talking about him having ace 10 off.
Yes.
Okay, so it doesn't matter what 10 Wu possesses to block ace 10.
No, but the 10 of spades is a more likely bluff catch for Stevie than the 10 of diamonds.
Oh, right, because like
it just blocks more logical value.
I mean, kind of.
What do you mean, kind of?
Well, because he checked back turn, so it's like
you could check back flush draws. That's okay.
I understand. I understand what you're saying. You're just saying
he's got it. He's there.
You're saying it blocks like 10-9 suited.
He's there. Yeah, it just blocks. Yeah. It blocks more combos of potential.
I was just saying
value.
it didn't matter regarding the queen 10.
Yeah, and sure. Anyways, it's like there's a difference between having a hustle play where like you step out like that, or like you tell your coach you touch the ball and then you give them the ball back final 2 seconds.
Yeah. Do you think you'd rather call with ace 10, 10 of spades than ace jack?
I think so. I think it's a better, like more logical bluff catch in general if it comes to like defending a range.
Yeah.
Just because if you're operating under the pretense that you do not beat value with ace jack,
right?
The 10 of spades blocks queen 10 and 10x of spades, which is important.
Probably true.
So
Ace
if you're
jack
bluff
doesn't really
catching,
beat any value.
you want to have the spade versus not, which is why I think the bluff becomes so much better with the 10 of spades because it's so much less likely you get called because you now have to reach for those ace jacks.
Sure. But yeah, I mean, beggars can't be choosers.
I mean, you can definitely choose, but sometimes you choose not to. So.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is like he can't only bluff the 10 of spades.
Sometimes you play the spot, you only get the spot once in your life.
Bro, you got to play the man. I mean, when you're Mr. Wu, you just say, "Look at me, bro. Do you think I'm bluffing you? Look at me. I got the nuts."
You think you get to wear with that anymore?
I got the nuts.
I don't know, man. Hanks told me on day 1 that this guy was just like going hard.
Rocket man. He folded a queen versus a check raise. It was pretty sick.
Oh yeah, on queen.
He like bet multi-way, got
queen
raised, and just let it go.
Something like that. He had queen jack and
queen
just bet
deuce.
folded versus pocket threes.
Yeah, the guy bottom set.
Yeah.
Get out.
When you know, you know.
He's cooking.
He's in flow, as they like to say. Great, just fantastic feature table yesterday. Couldn't get enough of it. Then our boy, the Yinzer rep himself, Mr. Rigby,
legend,
gets moved to the feature table during the after dark hours.
He is a feature player.
He's a feature something. I'm looking forward to getting him and Baby Dick out here once this all comes to a
We need a rebrand for that guy. We really do.
Saw Baby Dick yesterday. He was 2 tables down from me. He came over and said hi.
Hey, Brian!
Did he walk up to you and
he's
say,
such
hey?
a yinder. He has the as soon as he came up to me, I'm like, "You're from Pittsburgh, right?" And he's like, yeah, I'm Baby Dick. And I'm like, and then I saw him like after break. I was like, hey, I was like, what's your real name? And he just like looked at me funny. He's like, people just know me as Baby Dick. I'm like,
his real name's Clarence, but I think he goes by Daniel. Or Baby Dick.
And Claire's parents have a real good
I was
marriage.
gonna say he can't go by Clarence after 8 Mile.
Oh, that's true. He really is a young Billy Pilsoff. Like,
who the fuck is Billy Pilsoff?
Well, you wouldn't know, but Brian knows. That's all that matters.
Whatever.
Exactly.
He's an OG back in the Pittsburgh underground game streets, and like he's Billy and Baby Dick both.
He was out here for the main.
They are just Yinzers through and through. I mean, they have the thickest Pittsburgh accents you've ever heard. It would be impossible to mistake them for anything other than a Yinzer.
Right.
They both fucking hate the Steelers. Like
They do?
They're so anti-Pittsburgh while being the full embodiment of Yinzers. It's actually more of a typical Yinzer thing than the love we show for Pittsburgh.
Man.
We're more Yinzer adjacent by always talking about how great Pittsburgh is. True Yinzers just love to moan about Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah.
But they'll
Especially
fight you.
about the sports
Right.
teams.
But they'll fight you if you talk shit about their city.
Right. Yeah. It's mainly about the front office of the said sports team and what they're doing wrong.
Correct.
Mostly the Pirates.
Right. Correct. Yes.
How does this differ from Philly?
It doesn't. We don't throw batteries at Santa.
That's the only difference.
We're non-violent.
I know the Pirates.
We're non-violent
They
offenders.
wanted the front office of the Pirates wanted to take someone other than Dylan Cruz or Paul Skeens, but they knew the entire town would riot if they didn't take one of those two guys.
Burn PNC down.
Right. I'm glad they took Skeens. He's
So the difference between you guys-
he's the next Garrett Cole. We'll have him for 4 years, and then he'll be a Yankee, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Then after you maybe win something, like the Phillies will just burn down their city.
Yeah, so
you guys will just have a party.
Brian can give you a good explanation of this.
Okay.
In Philadelphia, they are well. Tell them what a Bud Night is. We're Bud Nights.
A Bud Night, yeah. It's like a northern redneck, maybe. It's
Isn't
like
that the
you
meme
got
of, like, Bud Light?
mullet,
They had,
and
like,
you
Bud
got
Night?
you like to work on your cars, and you're drinking like Schlitz Light at 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
You know?
These are the rural Yinzers, if you will. But they're generally.
Well, then you have your active Bud Nights, and then you have your passive.
Well,
Bud
that was what I
Nights.
was going to get
Right.
to.
Right.
They're generally.
So see, the active Bud Nights is looking to kick some ass.
Right. These are Philly.
Where
This
the
is
passive
Philly.
Bud Night is not looking to kick some ass, but will kick some ass if need be. Right. You gotta
You're
understand.
basically on retainer.
That's right.
No one else finds this as funny as I do because it's such a remarkably accurate description. I mean, these are guys that are wearing flannels with no undershirt, unbuttoned, with ripped jeans that were not bought that way, but that from years of wear and
They got
tear
a 78
and hard work.
Camaro for sure.
Right, an IROC in the backyard. You know,
What?
Yep.
an IROC, obviously.
What the fuck is an IROC?
Don't worry about it. There are people out there that know what it is.
I was going to ask, but I also just let it
It's
go.
a muscle car.
They all live on like west of the Connie Dixon line.
The Connie Dixon line.
And it's in the Midwest. That's the only people that know what the fucking IROC
If there's one
is.
thing we can get from this podcast, we can change the Mason-Dixon line to the Connie Dixon line. If that's all we do in this
It would
world,
just be him scribbling on a map.
it's basically gerrymandering.
No joke. Berkey and I had a 2-hour argument in my driveway of my childhood home about where the Mason-Dixon line is.
You should have asked Conrad.
I remember this.
Yes.
And I don't remember.
I was right.
I don't remember what the debate was actually.
I think it was like something about politics, and I was saying about how.
You were so drunk.
Oh yeah, I was definitely drunk. I think I was trying to say no offense to people in Pennsylvania, but there was a lot of racist people in Pennsylvania, and I was like we're not that far from the Mason-Dixon line. You're like, what are you talking about? We're not anywhere close. It's like the north and the south, and I'm like, no, the Mason-Dixon line is like right below Pennsylvania, and then it is.
Look, he was drunk, but he was right.
Yeah, he was really drunk. I remember this. This was like borderline Bush getting
Unbelievable.
reelected drunk.
No, yeah, it was like right. I think it was like 2016. Like when the whole
Unbelievable.
Trump,
The
campaign
amount
was
of
going on
times
about
as adults that I've driven this man, my best friend Jace, and a few other grown adults.
Berkey was
home.
our forever DD. It was
No, but
amazing.
the times I've driven them home to their parents as adults blacked out.
It's shocking.
It's a shocking total of time. And like they're terrible together in a group. Like individually it's
because when
fine.
we would go home and like we would, you know, when we'd go back to you know, to Pittsburgh, we'd stay with our parents, and then when you're home and it's a Friday night and there's only thing to do in the town of Leechburg is go to the bar.
Yeah, that's facts.
Right? So
A
we
lot
go
of
to the
bars
bar.
and churches.
Wow,
Go to the
honestly,
bar,
it's
get
kind of
drunk.
crazy. Like from your my standpoint of your home life, it seems like you should be much different as an individual.
Yeah, you would think. You ever seen the movie Varsity Blues?
No, but I've heard of it.
It's a great movie. You should
I
watch it.
don't want your life.
Our hometown.
Yes.
Our hometown is basically
Yes,
the same
Brian.
as Plainsville, Texas, or wherever the hell that was filmed. Except our football team was
Worse.
awful, just awful.
West
And-
Cannon.
Yeah, West Cannon. That's right.
So you had no real like athletic future
I was
because it
about
wasn't
to.
even a good
I was about to.
team.
No, I mean our baseball team was okay. We made playoffs, but football was absolutely terrible. But the thing I was trying to get at is
I
like
don't want to.
individually driving these idiots home was a task in and of itself. But like, you know, you could control them one-on-one.
To control them, you must become them.
Together,
Oh.
especially if
Take us to McDonald's.
Skippy was in the mix. It was so bad, man. Jace just always wanted Tostitos pizza rolls.
Oh, we used to go back to
Totino's.
Berkey's grandma.
Whatever.
We would go to Giant Eagle. Go to Giant Eagle. Live right by.
What is that?
It's a grocery store.
Okay.
It's a
24-hour
chain.
grocery
Yeah,
store.
Pittsburgh chain.
And we would be blacked out, and would make Berkey drive us there. We'd go in and we'd get all like this. Go right to the frozen section and just get all the worst food you could
My
possibly
poor
imagine.
grandmother.
And then
These
come back
drunken
to
idiots.
Yep. Go back to Berkey's grandma's, make all this food, eat it, pass out on the couch.
Food. They call it food.
It was
It's just
barely. It was
molten
borderline
lava.
food.
Just molten lava in a tortilla shell.
You could never know the joy and how good it tastes when you're just so drunk at like 3 a.m. and you're eating the worst kind of food ever.
I mean,
It's just like nachos with processed cheese.
I saw some like memes like could you imagine how bad it is if you're like, what does like a vegan do like when they're blacked out and they go home like, I can't wait to tear into these celery sticks.
I mean, they're probably better for it, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, so anyway, Rigby,
Yeah.
Slight tangent.
coming full circle here. I turn on the coverage, see Rigby at the feature table, and this motherfucker is in the stands, blinding out for an orbit to get a massage.
Legend.
Dude, when you have 500 big blinds, what's losing 2?
Honestly, like,
Maybe he saved big blinds that way.
honestly, he is such a remarkable, and I'm going to use the word specimen. Kindly.
No creature.
It's incredible what this man does. He accumulates chips in a way that he certainly doesn't deserve to. I mean, like, he plays every combination of 3 deuce throughout the entire event, and somehow is still getting bluffs through, and then also getting paid. It's all a mystery to me.
Yeah, when I saw it was like guy was short.
He's not in construction?
He opens button,
Oh,
big
he's in
blind
his
jams
zone.
20 with
Yeah.
king 10 suited. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, layup jam. Rigby just opens jack 3 off, opens X, opens whatever. Rigby calls, has king jack suited. Get out.
Get out. See ya. I mean, yeah, it's just like he's so chip rich,
It's like, wait, what?
chip drunk,
Chip drunk.
that he's in the fucking stands with Baby Dick on his left arm while he's getting rubbed down by a
Wait,
masseuse.
Baby Dick was in the tournament too. He was out. He
Oh,
was
no, I don't know. I was just
Memeing.
who else would I know that he's on his rail?
That's true.
There's a,
Uh,
they're nice. They're nice. They're a nice kind.
those are our people, man.
Yeah, they're a
You-
good kind.
you
They are
watch your
our
mouth,
people.
okay?
I'm serious. I met them day 3. I met BD and his boys.
Day 3.
I'll never forget
What were you sweating?
this man.
Robert made feature table. Oh, it was day 2. Robert.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I'll never forget
Shout
this
out to
man.
Robert.
This man said, "Hey, I'm Baby Dick." I literally, we were at the party. It was 11:30 at night. Hey, man, I'm Baby Dick. I just turned to everybody else and was like, that guy just introduced himself as Baby Dick to me. Like, I think I said hi, and I just immediately turned my head and was like, what the fuck just happened?
Poor Haley. She was like taking pictures on day 1, and BD was adjacent to me, and he's yelling, "Berkey, Berkey, tell him what my name is. And she goes, I don't care. I don't care what his name is. I'm like, I know. I understand. I'm sorry. Sorry you have to be here for this.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I'm sorry for his loss as well. Well, looking forward to get back into watching the coverage today. I'm going to sweat while I play this 10K, I think. I got to get down there. I got to do it for the team.
You're getting back in it? How many? You have you fired 2 so far?
Yeah, and I get 2 more today.
2 more. So you'll have 2 more. You'll be in for 4?
Yeah.
No, he won't. He'll be in for 3. Landon will be in for 1.
Yeah.
And I will be in for 1.
I mean, that's actually not bad because, like, average is like 5, right?
For me?
Yeah.
In a tournament where you can fire him back 6, your average is 5.
I mean, we can take a day off. You can just skirt
Take
that
a day
5.
off, mate.
I wish I would have fired 6 instead of losing fucking 200K. Goddamn.
Yeah. Make it 10 blinds with those fucking queens and you're still in.
Yeah, he's right. He's not wrong. I don't know, man.
Probably not.
I don't know.
He probably still calls the 7s and you
Sevens
just
feels like
you
it's
just
Sevens
do that
doesn't
much
like the
quicker.
fold.
That's true. Were you guys going on time? Are you playing, Conrad?
Yeah.
Are you going on time?
I'll probably rest around 1 o'clock.
What about you, Lando?
I don't know. We'll see. What are you going?
I'm going to go after the gym.
So 5
I'm gonna
o'clock?
go at 4.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Matthew, do we not have time for this chance thing? I didn't see what happened.
Oh, we do have time. I forgot about this. This is worth bringing up.
Because I like drama.
Yeah. So I initially wanted to talk about it because I thought he was yelling at Masato, and nobody yells at Masato.
Masato also doesn't give people reasons to yell at him. He's just nice.
He's a good man. Very
he's
nice
just
man.
nice and laughs.
He is a very nice man. What ended up happening? Actually, if you just want to cut to the video, we can. It'll probably.
All right, cross your fingers.
But
I
it's
think
not
we
going to
got
have sound, or
back
we
on.
are. You live.
From earlier today involving insurance.
We hear it.
All right.
The dinner break. Sounds like Yokosawa. Getting a little under his skin, perhaps?
I'm gonna slur all this shit. You're a child, dude. To call a clock there on dinner break is so childish just because I beat you in a hand and showed you a board. So childish. Nice hand.
Okay, so there was a Poker News report of this.
I like this.
The celebration is
Fucking
great.
love him.
Oh, Masato. There was a Poker News report of this where the hand breakdown goes as such. Masato opened to 30,000 in middle position. Chance 3-bet to 90 on his left. Action folded back. He called. They see a flop of ace 9 2 2 spades. Masato checked. Corneth can c-bet with 60,000. Masato check raised to 165. Corneth called. Turn is the 6 of spades. Masato let out for 180. Corneth called. River 7 of hearts completing the board. Masato announced a bet of 500K on the river, which put Corneth in the tank. With the rest of the field going on dinner break, Francisco Benitez opted to call the clock after just 2 minutes. Chance says, "You're calling the clock on me when it's dinner break? You're just mad because I owned you in a hand." The floor eventually arrived at the table, gave Corneth 30 seconds to act. As the timer was expiring, he announced call. Masato turns over ace jack of spades for the nut flush. Corneth slammed 500,000 in the middle and said, "You're such a child. I'm going to slow roll the shit out of you." What do we think about the etiquette here of
I think it's
calling?
ridiculous to call the clock on someone on dinner break.
Let's go to dinner.
What are we doing
Just
here,
leave.
man? You're
Just leave. You're
there's
not even in the hand.
The only reason to call the clock is to speed the game up. This does not accomplish that. Unless you're, I guess you're trying to play some sort of psychological warfare with him and get him
Well, I
on
assume
tilt.
he
but
wants
he
to see
can't-
the hand.
If
I mean,
if I was
play
the
out.
floor,
Yeah,
I
I
would
mean-
have probably said no.
I think I would
Right, but
defer.
I think him wanting to see the hand is not justified.
Yes.
Agreed. I think if I'm
You
the
wanna see the
floor in
hand?
this instance, I would defer to Masato, who's in the hand.
Yes. Yeah. That's
And I would just ask him if he, because the only person whose time matters here is his.
Yeah.
Right.
He's the one who's being held from going to dinner. The third party can just leave.
You can go, sir.
Right. Like, you can just go and check the Poker News update later. Like,
Yeah.
it'll get covered.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't really. That's wild to me. I've never seen somebody stick around during a break and then feel the obligation to like clock someone.
I've seen the stick around, see the hand. I've never seen stick around and clock.
Like stick around and like, hey, bro.
Yeah.
We're
Clock's
fucking,
ticking. I gotta go eat.
Let's go here. Make a fucking decision. You know?
Kind of scam.
Yeah, it's
pretty
messed up.
scam.
Yeah, so when I first saw it, I thought he was mad at Masato, and I was just like, oh, maybe Chance got a little bit out of line here. Then I read the report, and I'm like, okay.
No, Chance was definitely justified in what he said.
Yeah, I would have been at least that pissed.
Yeah, right.
If not more so.
Yeah.
I like how he said nice hand to Masato right now.
Yeah.
Like, nice hand, man.
I'm going to slow roll the shit out of you. Nice hand.
It's like, fuck that guy, but, nice hand.
I wonder
Have
if he
a good
ever.
dinner.
I doubt he got the chance to slow roll him because I'm sure that would have been covered. But
Yeah, of course. It's very hard.
Yeah.
No matter how much you intend to want to slow roll somebody, it's very hard to find a
you,
spot.
you have to. Be,
Well, for
you
Chance,
have to bet into you on the river, and then you have to
and
have
for
it.
someone like Chance, he has to have it.
Yeah, having it's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you can
Or
take
you
some
could slow roll bluff him.
You can
try.
You can take some lessons from Seymour.
I got somebody
You did a
good.
great job.
I got somebody good this summer, and they still give me dirty looks in the hallway. It's fucking amazing. I love it.
I have a friend that didn't realize he had the higher card on a 5-card straight board. Guy asked him, he goes, are we chopping? He goes, yeah, if you call, we'll chop. Guy calls. He doesn't realize he has the 7 on the deuce 3 4 5 6 and goes, yeah, we chop, and flips over the 7. And the guy goes, that's not cool, man.
God, I love it. I don't know why. It hurts people so much.
That is not cool, man.
So good.
All right, that's going to do it for us today. A little bit of a shorter show. We're going to head out to the Wynn and play this $10K, $10 million guarantee.
Go to the Wynn.
I think it's probably going to be closer to 20 million. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same channel as always. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Please support the channel. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you all for joining us today. We'll see you 10:30 a.m. tomorrow.
Thanks,
Peace.
squad.